Yeah, so we had to take a little bit, we took a little hiatus. Work got busy, some traveling. I went to Boston because it's on my bucket list. You went on a cruise and you went to Atlanta. So you've actually gone more out of town than I have. So don't hate on me.
Hey, I have adamantly said that I will do this remotely.
We did talk about that. We're definitely going to have to.
Let's talk landscape.
We don't really talk about landscape. Oh, we do. We do.
We talk about everything.
We do talk about everything.
And landscape.
And so today, what I actually wanted to talk about, I know you peeked at this. We took a DISC assessment, personality test situation. So I'm a DC, and it spits out that it's like 14 pages. I took that PDF and I put it into my best friend, ChatGPT. I was like, yo, this is me. Remember, this is me. This is my personality. So then now I need to put together a coaching plan or a growth plan or whatever it is for my manager with this personality. Help me create a coaching plan. So that's what this is. For you.
Oh, good.
For me, being a DC, managing an IS manager, which is almost polar opposite of me.
That is perfect.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I think that that's perfect.
Yeah. It's interesting. DISC. So you're an I.
I'm like over here.
Yeah. I'm a DC. Yeah. Okay. So you're an I. Yeah. You're almost opposite of me.
That's funny.
Yeah. Your strengths that I can leverage. There's 4 bullets. And I wanted to share this with you and get your thoughts.
I'm excited. I did not know what I was looking at.
So number 1, builds trust and loyalty with clients and team. Number 2, creates a motivating and collaborative environment. Number 3, naturally persuasive and can rally others around initiatives. And number 4, patient and approachable, good at calming tense situations.
I'm just kidding.
It's like insert pop collar.
I feel like that's, I don't know. You know me. It's difficult. It's very difficult for me to speak on my strengths.
Sure.
It's much more easy for me to criticize myself. I mean, hearing those things about myself is I can apply them to experiences and be like, well, I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. That feels pretty cool.
On the other hand,
hit me.
Development priorities.
What is this? This is the weaknesses?
Constructive criticisms.
Heard.
I wouldn't say
speed bumps.
They're just things that we need to work on.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's any of those things. It's not bad. Anyways, number 1, accountability and tough conversations. You avoid conflict. Needs to lean into firm, respectful accountability with staff. Interesting.
Needs to lean into firm accountability with staff. Okay.
And coaching focused. Okay, coaching focused. Address issues same day. Don't let problems linger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 Number 2, time management and boundaries. You get derailed by people interruptions and overcommits.
That's everyone here.
Yeah. Coaching focus. Use time blocking. Protect work windows for checklist and reporting. And then number 3, not really. Okay. Number 3, follow through on promises. You have the tendency to say yes to everything. Coaching focus, confirm capacity before committing, document deliverables with deadlines.
No, I agree. Sometimes, and definitely in the past, for sure, I try to be a yes man. Not just even at work.
True.
I think it's just and then the boundaries thing makes sense why that stuff flows through my entire life, both sides of it.
Yeah. I mean, you are who you are.
Right.
You can't, unless you have a split personality or some shit like that. You can't entirely be a completely different person at home than in your professional life.
Right. I don't think I am.
Then I didn't really like the rest of this, to be honest. It gave action steps. So daily startup, you should review your open issues, alerts, and team needs. Should take about 15 minutes. Time blocking, block 2 office windows, 1 in the AM, 1 in the PM for your checklist and documentation before leaving for the day. I don't really have that issue with you. Accountability practice, role play tough conversations with branch manager weekly to strengthen confidence. I feel like we do
that'll be fun.
Role playing situations.
No, I the time blocking thing. It's difficult for me because I see and I have learned through some team members that they do time block literally on their calendar, busy from this time to this time. I feel like it's a little easier. And I don't know, call me out if I'm wrong about this, but it's a little easier for those that are a little bit more office dedicated.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to leave.
Because they're going to be in the same spot. And so they can just say, look, I'm here all day, but from this time to this time, I'm busy. Sometimes I do have to be a little bit reactive to things going on.
More fluid.
Yes,
and
Tuesday
flexible.
and Thursday might be my field days, but if shit is hitting the fan on Monday or Wednesday or Friday,
right, it's not like you're going to be like, no, sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait till next week.
Weekly reflection, end of week review, what commitments were made and what was actually delivered. Accountability and coaching, so immediately 100% checklist completion. All client and team communications documented same day. Everyone needs to do that, honestly. In 30 days, we need to demonstrate stronger boundaries on time, protecting your office blocks, and issues addressed same day instead of delayed, like waiting for the right time to like have a bad conversation with the employee or manager or something like that, right? Within 60 days, be consistently delivering on commitments without overpromising, and then team perceives them as supportive and firm. In 90 days, be a balanced leader, team trust and accountability strong, client satisfaction. So yeah, but bottom line, as it says, bottom line, relationships are their strength, but accountability is what protects those relationships. Boundaries, documentation, and follow through are non-negotiable professional standards, and success equals balancing warmth with firmness.
I think the thing that stuck out with me throughout the whole thing is sometimes I definitely like have been guilty of like avoiding problem children. I don't know.
Well, I think
it's not that I don't like the confrontation.
I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily like problem. It's just not the level we need. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like when you're thinking of like the score, you're thinking of 1 through 5 that we have on our scorecards now. Number 3 is satisfactory. Number 2 is needs improvement. I think number 4 is, I forget what it is, to be honest.
Exceeds expectations.
Something like that, yeah. And then number 5 is mastery. I'm going to say it's a 3 because it's like you're doing your job, but that's it.
Right.
You're just doing your job.
Right.
There isn't more analytical. There isn't improvement. It's just you're just showing up. You're doing the bare minimum.
Yeah. I think that me personally right now it's a little difficult on some of that to see that picture and that score very clearly over people because some things are so new. And it's like not only do we have new responsibilities and roles have been rearranged and not repurposed, but they've been rearranged.
Yeah, restructured.
And then a new level on which to judge them. But I don't have like enough ground time to like have seen this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm still waiting for that, and this is what it's supposed to look like, and now this is, how you're supposed to do it. Yeah. In the past, when we were doing things differently, it was easier for me because I had a lot of
experience.
I had a lot of foundations already laid, meaning I knew what it was supposed to look like. I know what it looks like when it's done 110%. If you can give me 90, I'm happy with that. Somebody who had operated in that position previously at a high level, that was my standard. Sure, and it's hard to really not compare. It's because, so hard. That's familiar. This is new. I know that's possible. I think that's what's the hard, like right now, especially when I'm having my one-on-ones with people. I had one today. It wasn't a one-on-one officially, but it was me and another employee specifically talking about their scorecard. Because one of the things of getting the scorecard was trying to figure out what the main priorities, what the main responsibilities were. What do I need to focus on? Right. And it's like, well, all of it, all of the little tasks that you're seeing now, all the little processes that you're seeing lead to these results. Every scorecard has the responsibilities and then the results. The results come from the responsibilities, and they're almost crossing lanes, but not really. Like, you need to do your financial forecasting, which means you need to do your work ticket management, which means you also need to schedule in advance. All of those things have to happen. It's a recipe. It doesn't work without any one part. Exactly. While you're massively learning all of those new processes, or even unlearning bad behaviors, old processes, and doing it now, it's eye-opening. I mean, you said it today in the huddle. You guys are getting into receiving your vendor invoices and your subcontractors, and also sending the invoices to the customer, right? Just a month ago, it was just one person handling it for the entire company. Again, knowing that, and then certain people on the team being newer than others and whatnot, and not having really like that sort of peripheral vision as to what was going on throughout the process. It was just not something in their lane at the time. But, seeing or talking about it with us, saying, oh my God, there's just so much to do. I have to process all these invoices and all this other stuff. Again, like that's on my perspective, all this stuff was flowing through one person. And we're just getting our stuff now. Yeah, it is intense when you think about it that way. I think the reason why I did it for so long that way, where it was one person, because I just didn't want people messing up. I 100% understand. It's always messier to clean up
to clean up a mess up than it is to slow down and try and figure out
and do it correctly
the first way. But, you know, you also, it's not like we have all the time in the world.
No, and we do have to be faster, but there is like a saying that my dad would tell me that's like, I'm sure you've heard it too. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You know, like if you want to be fast, do it slowly first, and then you smooth out the process, and then it becomes quicker.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's not like you just jump into a pool and you know how to swim 5 laps. No, you could probably barely survive. We need to hunker down and be here at the branch as much as possible, but still, you know, still have FOMO. But also at the same time, we were also kind of like, do we really need to go? Like, do we really get like everything that we like? Do we really learn that much? We kind of concluded, especially last year, like we didn't feel like we learned as much because we were not as new in Aspire. But also, I think we liked more of the roundtable conversations.
Definitely, there were certain things that were like cool because at the same time I was in that same camp of did we learn that much, being able to see like the evolution of certain things, like and strategically picking like which classes you were going to attend and go to. Like I recognized some of the ones from the year before, so I was not going to go to those, but there were some that like were specifically geared towards the evolution of how Aspire is able to incorporate project services into Aspire, you know, and realize it, themselves realizing that, you know, maintenance companies are not just, you know, like repeat service maintenance. They have other divisions that are going to utilize the same system, and there has to be a place for those in there too. So I thought that was, seeing some of those things was pretty cool. And then, like you say, the round table and stuff like that. And I mean, I remember one of them that I sat in was Justin White. Like, he was putting on the class. When we went to the lunch and learn, I realized, I'm like, holy crap, I've seen this dude.
Yeah.
That brings up another point too, is that you see those guys at every single one, you know?
For the most part.
And obviously, there are those that now have become so involved that they're involved in the event itself. You know, like I said, he was putting on a class. I think that would be cool to be that much of a power user. Or
did I tell you I was asked to do a class?
Why would you not?
Because it was with the product that we don't use anymore. So I was open and honest. It was convex.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that would be very cool, though.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really...
Maybe next year I can wiggle my way in there somehow. I don't know. I don't know if my anxiety can handle that.
You got this. You keep saying that, and then I've seen so many interviews of you, and you're just like natural. So.
Well, thank you. It doesn't feel that way.
You just deep breath, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Yeah. Well, it's easier when you're behind a screen.
Yeah.
I think it would be a totally another world if I'm out in front of a gang full of people. I say that, but then when I'm presenting in front of our managers, I mean, that's 16, 17 people. I don't really get nervous.
No.
But I think that's different because I feel confident. Yeah, I know y'all. I feel confident in what I'm saying. It's not. But there's definitely been times where, like, I've had to announce bad news to the team. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I need to say something, and I don't know. And I can prepare myself all day long. But then I know that when I get to that moment, I'm not going to say anything that I...
It's funny that you say that, because I feel like what I'm hearing is that it's very content-based. And so, like, depending on what it is that you're going to talk about kind of dictates how you're going to handle that public speaking situation. If it's something good and exciting, then you're pumped to be up there, and you're, you know, but if it's bad news, nobody likes that.
No, I don't know. I hope nobody enjoys that. You know, at the same time, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the other side of the coin. Well, how are you doing? How's everything going? How are things going at the branch?
At the branch?
Yeah, I'm checking in with the branch manager of North by Northwest.
Oh, okay.
We're now how many months in?
We signed on with GrowthBridge sometime in May. Let's just say we really didn't get started till June, July. Let's just say July. Right.
Then it started to slowly spread.
So July, August, September. We're 3 months in. I would say that we're doing pretty well. I do feel like we did kind of hit like a lull. Is that a word?
Yes.
Not like a plateau, but kind of like a lull. I don't know how to
explain it. No, plateau would be synonymous. Maybe.
But then it goes back down.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to go back down because it just kind of tapered. Smoothed out. Which is not bad. But it's also...
I think it's good, actually. Maybe even strategic on their part. They rolled out a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
New processes, new responsibilities to roles. We're hitting this area where people are able to, like, enforce those. and really nail those before we get another round of, right.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I think that a lot of the process have been not dumped, but I'm going to say dumped, have been put on our plate, and now we're sitting on it and we're eating it. Right? We're still eating our meal, we're still digesting everything, and like getting used to the cadence. And so for me, if you ask me like how much buy-in do you think I have, like as a company, like
the team
from the team
towards the changes,
towards the initiative, right?
Yeah.
I would say we're about a B minus. I have a select few that are unfortunately kind of not pushing back, but they're not drinking the Kool-Aid as much as I need them to drink the Kool-Aid, and they're upper people. But it's like they're picking and choosing.
I just knew that's what you were gonna say, but I don't necessarily agree.
So like for example, I did have to let go of an account manager recently, and so we're down to one account manager. So then I kind of pulled Jordan, who's in sales, kind of pulled him, and I gave him some key accounts. And I was like, look, you need to hold on to these key accounts that you have a really good relationship. I need you to be the account manager for, and total, there's like 14, a pretty good chunk. He still also needs to sell at the same time. We still have Mark, our other sales guy. So It's not like sales is just like forgotten about. So when it comes to that role, I'm having to, you need to do care calls and you do client touches and these issues. He's very much a fly by the seat of his pants, and I'll remember, but then he doesn't remember. And, how is the rest of the team supposed to be following the process if the person that's supposed to initiate the process isn't initiating the process?
Yeah.
You can't be like, well, I told so-and-so, or I said, I told this person to do this. Like, no, if it's not recorded. It didn't happen. Right. And, just trying to really push him on that and getting that process done. I don't know what his disc assessment is, but okay, with my other brother, he has his own set of challenges, and he's learning just a ton of new stuff on Aspire that he hasn't had to do before. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for him.
I hate to jump in like this too on him, but and I would also say that there was another unexpected change in staff as well that happened kind of quickly, and he had to keep everything rolling forward while snapping somebody in.
Yeah, right.
And that was unexpected.
Yeah, you kind of have to work with the flow there. But I would still say we're about 80% there. Some people don't see the bigger picture. To be honest, when I was talking to the coaching company kind of about these things, and I mean, he was very upfront with me. He's like, you're going to lose more people. And I was like, what? More? He's like, yeah. You're like, and it's okay. It'll happen. But I was just like, man, that's, So I have to, me as a branch manager, I have to sit into that. I have to stick with my non-negotiables and keeping up with my standards, because if I don't do that and I start releasing it and started leaning or slacking off on it, then that means so do other people. And that's what absolutely we cannot have.
Yeah, I guess I understand it a little bit, but it's also a frightening sort of position to take right at this moment.
Well, I think that if we don't make the changes, then yes. That's kind of how I took it. I didn't really take it like a threat, if that makes sense. But
reality that comes along with the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Changing my perspective on it to that makes a little...
Yes.
a little more sense, but it was just like, I was like, no. It's gonna be
no. Unfortunately, we did have to do some layoffs and stuff like that, and then other people decided to do what they wanted to do, and that's okay. I don't know, find the experience on that. But overall, though, as a branch, we are turning around for the better. You can see it in the financials and stuff. I think that now that we're getting into this routine stuff, it's getting a little bit easier for people, and people are not freaking out as much.
So
it feels, at least.
So resistive.
Yeah.
I do recall just a month ago, and maybe a little month and a half ago, when it started to roll out, we were first sitting down with Laura with GrowthBridge and going over the things that were going to be coming onto the plate for coordinator, for project manager. It was kind of like both of those positions looking at me and there's no way. But then a month later, we're doing it. So again, there's more to come, and we're, some of the stuff too, I think that the builder stuff, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it is because of what it brings.
I know.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
I just feel like,
So I looked at our revenue breakdown for this year, and the builders are 39% of our revenue. So it's definitely gone down because it used to be the bulk. the majority. So our revenue mix is getting more spread out, if you will. Maintenance is right behind it as the next one. So that's exactly what we wanted. I had a meeting today with my insurance broker, and, he's specifically saying that insurance companies hate insuring people who work at tract homes, and that is actually going to drive my cost up. If I try to grow my builder division, it will drive my insurance cost up.
I wonder why.
I mean, think about it. If you have a whole new neighborhood, if one person decides to get sue happy, the chances are that the rest of them, class action type situation. So I guess your exposure is just that much more. So I was like, well, that's interesting. Well, I'm not growing it. It's there, but, we're not growing it. It's still there, though. That was good news to the broker, and hopefully good news when I get my renewal. From my understanding, it's going to go up. Yay. But our workers' comp went down, which is good. But my other insurance is more expensive. All right. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Until the next time.
Till the next time.
It won't be a month.
Nope. Be here soon.
Yeah. With my topics.
Yep. Peace out.